This is the brand new Deity V-Mic D4, an all-in-one shotgun microphone aimed at content creators. It's incredibly cute and it only costs $99 US. In my opinion, it's the most direct competitor to the Rode VideoMic Go II, which is also $99 and was released earlier this year in January 2022. In this video, I'll tell you more about the new Deity D4 and how it compares to the Rode, and of course with lots of audio tests. Now before I get started, let me preface this by saying that I am not an audio professional. I make YouTube videos about compact camera gear for travel vlogging, and I evaluate all that gear based on my actual experiences with it, instead of doing technical tests. So first off, both of these microphones are special mainly because they are aiming to be your all-in-one microphone. That's because both of these mics can connect to smartphones, tablets, cameras, and computers. Now the Deity D4 has a single USB-C output, and it comes with a USB-C to USB-C cable for Android devices and computer connection, and also a USB-C to TRRS cable for connecting to your camera. Now typically a TRRS cable is used only for cell phones and tablets, and not for cameras, but there is an exception with this Deity mic. So the engineers at Deity managed to make a microphone that has a cable with a TRRS connection that works not only with mobile phones and tablets, but also with cameras, which is really handy because if that weren't the case, you would need to use a TRRS cable for phones and tablets and a separate TRS cable for connecting with cameras. You may need to buy an additional USB-C to Lightning cable if you want to use this microphone with your iPhone or your iPad. Now on the other hand, the Rode has two outputs, a USB-C and a 3.5mm mic jack. And it only comes with a 3.5mm microphone cable. So you get more cables with the Deity and only one output jack, so there's less confusion about which one to use. Now both microphones are meant to be plug and play without tons of settings to go through. However, the Deity does have a physical dial to adjust your gain, which is how loud your input signal is. This is a sound test with the Sony a7 IV and the built-in internal microphones. And this is a sound test with the Sony a7 IV and the Rode VideoMic Go II with the furry windscreen on top. And this is what it sounds like with the Deity and the foam windscreen as well as the furry windscreen. We do still have the gain set to +5. So now the gain is up to +10, which is the maximum amount on this microphone. So now the gain is at 0 and this is what it sounds like. We could actually go down to negative gain. This is a gain of -5, which is the lowest, so this is what it sounds like. Now the Rode VideoMic Go II does not have a physical gain control, and if you are using it with a camera, there's really no settings that you can adjust on the microphone. However, when you connect the Rode to a computer or a phone, you can go into the Rode Central app to adjust things like a pad, a high-pass filter, and high-frequency boost. By the way, the Rode Central app used to only be for computers, but lately there's a new version out for phones as well. Holding these microphones side by side, you can see that the Rode is quite a bit smaller, and in my hands it also feels more lightweight. Now the Deity is longer, which does mean that you can position it slightly closer to your subject to get better audio. Now part of the reason why the Deity feels heavier is because it has a AAA battery, which is included in the box by the way, and it will last for up to 56 hours. It also automatically turns off and on when connected. On the other hand, the Rode runs off of plug-in power supplied by the connected device, so it does not need a battery and there's no need to charge it. Both microphones come with shock mounts to hold the microphones in place on a cold shoe mount, like you find on top of a camera. And by the way, since we are mostly a GoPro vlogging channel, you can use either of these microphones with a GoPro. You just have to have a microphone adapter, whether that's the official GoPro microphone adapter or the Media Mod. I personally like the Media Mod. The only problem with using these microphones with a GoPro is that if you add the dead cat windscreen on top, then this really shows up in your frame. This is a sound test with the GoPro Hero 11 and the Media Mod. Now we're testing out the GoPro Hero 11 Black and the Deity D4 along with the furry windscreen. You can now see the furry windscreen. This is the GoPro Hero 11 Black now with the Rode VideoMic Go II. It does have the furry windscreen, which you can see kind of dipping into the frame a little bit. But if you want to use either microphone with a phone, then I recommend a phone holder with a built-in cold shoe mount to attach the microphone, and also a mini tripod, which is useful not only for filming with your phone and a camera, but also positioning the microphone on your desk when you use it with your computer. This is a sound test of the Deity D4 connected to a computer. This is a sound test of the Rode VideoMic Go II connected to a computer. In this particular case, I'm using the Joby phone holder, which I really like because you can easily position your camera horizontal or vertical, and it also has the cold shoe mount on top for adding your accessories like the microphone. And the tripod is the Ulanzi MT47, which is not a cheap tripod, but it is very, very sturdy, made mostly of metal, and best of all, it extends. So I can place this down on the table and get my camera up to eye level, which I really appreciate. One other essential item that you should have is a windscreen, which blocks out wind noise. I actually removed the windscreen, so this is what it sounds like with the Deity without the windscreen. This is what it sounds like with the foam windscreen, not the furry windscreen. And this is what it sounds like with the Deity and the foam windscreen as well as the furry windscreen. This is a sound test with the Sony a7 IV and the Rode VideoMic Go II with no windscreen. This is the Rode VideoMic Go II with the foam windscreen, not the furry windscreen. And now this is the Rode VideoMic Go II with the furry windscreen, and this is what it sounds like. Now both microphones come with this thin foam screen, which is okay in light conditions. But if you're filming outdoors with any chance of wind, then you're better off using a dead cat. Pardon the name, that's actually what it's called. This is much more fluffy and thus more robust, and it blocks more wind. Now the Deity D4 has the dead cat included in the box, but if you want one for the road, then it's an extra $29. So those are the main comparison points between the Deity D4 and the Rode VideoMic Go II. The last thing to talk about is the sound quality. Now, like I said before, I'm not an audio professional by any means, but to my untrained ears, I honestly think that both microphones sound really good, especially for a price point of $99. I honestly don't think you can go wrong with either microphone when it comes to sound quality. So the differences between these two really come down to the size and the features. The Rode is slightly more compact, and it doesn't require a physical battery. It can also unlock more settings, but only if you're using it with a computer or a phone. And if you want the fluffy windscreen, you have to pay a little extra for it. Now on the other hand, the Deity D4 offers physical gain control without needing an app. And it also includes a furry windscreen in the package. So overall, I think that the Deity offers slightly more value than the Rode, but like I said, I don't think you can go wrong with either purchase. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.